guys, this is Kelly. I'm back with another process video. This layout is for Cocoa Daisy using their July kit, Summer Fields. And I am using a free cut file that I downloaded from Scrapbook Nerd. I will try to remember to link that in the description below. And it is designed by Ashley Horton. So I did a little prep work before the video started. I cut out not only the background file in white, I had 6x6 papers and I put them in the 4 quadrants of the silhouette mat, and I cut out some triangles as well. So my thought is that I wanted to randomly put these 4 papers around the cut file, but not fill them all in completely. And I'm just trying to make sure that there's enough open white spaces and that the colors all go around the layout. And these 4 papers in particular are exclusive to Cocoa Daisy, and I loved them, so I really wanted to do a layout that showcased all of the really pretty papers. So I pulled out this photo. It is an old photo. It is from 1991 and it is of my in-laws. And I just thought that this has a quilt-like texture or is reminiscent of a quilt, and I thought that family would be perfect. The Fancy Pants ephemera or the die cuts have a few homes in them as well, so I had planned on using one of those. So I went ahead and I just stitched an X, and that X was very fine. If you look at, see how fine the lines are. I wanted it to have a little bit more of a quilt-like appearance, but oh my gracious, I just stopped at that X because it was very fine and difficult to, so I actually manually advanced the paper through just to try to keep it on the paper. And I also went ahead and took a roll of foam adhesive and backed several different, backed the top of the cut file so that it would give a little dimension and create some shadows underneath. So I don't want to use any more pattern papers on this. I feel like it's not too busy, but it has enough going on to where I didn't want to create any more or bring any more patterns to this. So I just pulled a tag from my stash and a glassine envelope. Cocoa Daisy will pack a lot of their goodies in the glassine envelopes. I always save them because I can find a use for them. And I'm just putting a little bit of crochet thread to tie a bow on the tag. I am not sure if there's going to be journaling on this. I'm going to see if my husband wants, there to be anything. Probably not. So I'm going to leave it to where I can pull it out in case he wants it. So I just tested out my pen there to make sure that the font or the thickness of the writing would be enough. I wanted to make sure that the date would fill across the entire tab. I know about how big my writing is, so that's why I just kind of did that. And at this point, I'm going to go through the die cuts and see if there's anything else that I want to embellish the layout with. Now, for me, when I have a layout like this, I find that less is more, and that's just for me personally. And I knew that I wanted to use this house, but when I was looking at the house, the die cuts have a pretty thick white border around the edge. And because I have all of that white on the background, I felt like it would look a little bit better if I trimmed down that white edge. And it would also nestle a little bit more and not as much detail would get lost. Like I said, I'm using fewer embellishments, so I do want the ones that I do use to really have the most bang for their buck. So I found that just by trimming off a little bit of that white, it really helped. Now I was thinking that I wanted to do something a little bit different for me and have the cluster away from the photo. And I like that, but I really felt like it was getting lost and it didn't have as much of an impact as it would if I kept it by the photo itself. So in just a little bit you will see that I return it back to the bottom of the photo and just adjust everything. So that's pretty much the way that the layout is going to be done. I am going to add that red chipboard heart that is exclusive to the kit as well, and I'm going to put a little bit of foam adhesive on the banner. The banner says or where the heart is, and so for me the title of this would be Home Where the Heart Is. And I was so pleased with this. This is definitely my favorite layout that I made with this kit. I have some close-ups at the end of the video, but they just don't show the depth that you see when you actually are holding the layout and looking at it in real life. And I wish that the photos would convey that, but it you know, does a little bit, just not a lot. So that's going to pretty much be it for that photo cluster. I just have a round label just to add a different shape, since everything is, there's a lot of hard edges with this. And again, like I said, I popped that banner up with some foam tabs, and I'm going to just adhere that. And then the last thing I do is I take one of the Pretty Little Studio navy word stickers, and the word sticker that I choose is Life is Good. And I nestle it right under the banner, because I feel like, again, like I said, if I put it anywhere else on the page, it's going to either get lost with the pattern, or it's just not going to look, for me, as good. I think everything surrounding the, you know, all of the embellishments to surround the photo, and then let the pattern papers just sing, because they do. They're just so, so pretty. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.